What's going on, TriFaction? Welcome back to TriFecta Airsoft. If you're new here and you're not yet a part of the TriFaction and you like what we do here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become a part of the TriFaction. Also hit that notification bell so you get notified on all our new videos, so that way you don't miss anything. This video is brought to you by TriFectaAirsoft.com. Head on over there to check out some of our merch, patches, and stickers, as well as our Patreon page. Our link is on there too. All that stuff really helps out the channel, and we really appreciate you guys. So this behemoth of a sniper rifle here is the 6mm Pro Shop M82A1. We got this in a local trade with a guy named Vince in the Columbia area. And of course, this is modeled after the iconic real steel Barret M82A1. So just a bit of history on this thing that I thought was really cool. So the company Barret, named after Ronnie Barret, who started the company, they were the first company to design and produce a shoulder fireable 50 caliber BMG rifle. All the way back in 1982, and in 1989, it actually saw its first military use by the Swedish Army, who purchased 100 of the rifle platforms. And then just 1 year later, in 1990, is when the U.S. adopted it, serving Desert Shield and Desert Storm. So this one, as I said before, is modeled after the real steel semi-automatic 50 BMG rifle. However, this airsoft version is the bolt-action spring rifle. Now there is an AEG version of this same one. However, depending on the models, it's about $180 to $200 more than this one, which starts out at 180 bucks and going into the 220 range, depending on what you get. So the construction of this thing is full anodized aluminum. The receiver, the outer barrel, and then the carry handle that it came with, the flip up carry handle. This is metal, and the bipod is full steel. And the only plastic you're gonna have is the rear, all the way on the rear of the butt plate, and then your magazine is polymer, your grip and trigger is polymer, and then the orange tank muzzle brake that came with it is obviously plastic as well. So it's a pretty solid construction, and this thing weighs about 12.5 pounds unloaded. Not that BBs are going to add much weight, so 12.5 pounds with all this stuff on here minus the scope. And as for colors, this bolt action model here is only available in black. I think the AEG version does come in black and tan. So if you want to go up to that AEG model, you can get a tan color as well. So moving to the features, you do have a pretty much full length 20mm Picatinny rail on the top. Then you have two metal sling points, one here on the left and one on the back right of the stock. And then your magazine is polymer, like I said, but this is 90 round mid cap. So one of the highest capacity mid caps for a sniper on the market. This thing is absolutely massive. You probably won't even need an extra magazine with 90 rounds. Just fill up the whole thing and take it on the field and you're good to go. It holds so many. So you do have a kind of standard fire control on here. It is like set up like an M16/M4 style. And then this is a quick detach carry handle that flips up and down. So it flips up to carry it, and then folds out of the way of any optics that you put on here. And then your bipod, the full steel one, it does fold up, so it's easier to transport, and it is adjustable for length as well. And this is attached with this pin right here. Another thing is, when this came in the box, it was in two separate pieces, so it actually has a quick takedown system. So your barrel actually comes all the way out. When you insert your barrel, it comes all the way into the middle of the receiver here. So all you do is twist it 90 degrees and pull it out, and you can transport it easily. There's a set screw that you can tighten, so once you put the barrel in there, it's not going to rotate out by accident. So it's very nice for transporting it, and that's how it came in the box, in two separate pieces. And then you put it in there, and then you twist it 90 degrees and lock it in. Now, probably one of the most interesting things about this bolt action is it's a spring-loaded system. So when you pull the bolt back, most guns, or most bolt guns for airsoft, you gotta manually pull the bolt back and then push it forward again and manually relock the bolt. However, this one being spring-loaded, All you do is pull it back and let it go, and it reloads the next round. So it's a really interesting system. In our testing, it works really well. Haven't had any misfeeds or jamming in BBs or anything. So it does work really well, and it's just super satisfying every time you pull that thing back and reload that next round. And one thing about this outer barrel, it is on the end, it is not threaded. The orange tip itself actually has 2 screws on either side. Now the orange tip is glued when it comes in the US, so you got to take those screws out and then melt the glue. And you can buy a metal one and you just put it on there, and it comes with the same screw down system, but they are kind of expensive. I think the metal one's like 35 bucks on eBay. I'd probably just take this thing off and paint it, to be honest, because it really does look good. Now this does have an adjustable hop up. Just pull the bolt back and it's right there inside the receiver once you pull that bolt back. So this thing is advertised to shoot between 380 and 400 FPS with .2s. So we're going to put it on the chrono and see what it's really shooting. And we're also going to do a little range test with it and see how accurate it is, probably at about 100 feet. So let's go ahead and get that done. So we're out here, it's windy as we got to hurry up because it's fucking weather.
Shoot against the wind and all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy windy out
here. So this is about 100 feet, the Snow Wolf.
Giant M82.
Oh yeah, look at this thing.
We got the 3 2s in here.
Ooh. It's so quiet too.
Yay! First hit!
Little bit the wind.
Left.
Good wind, bro.
It has died down. Good enough.
Alright, so this thing's shooting about 390 FPS with the .2s. For a sniper, especially of this size, I feel like that's kind of low. However, from what we saw, the accuracy was pretty good, especially moving way up in those BB weights. It was kind of hard to show the day that we filmed. It's always super windy, it's hard to show. But some of the other testing that we've done, this thing shoots really straight for being a right out of the box sniper for around 200 bucks. So all in all, guys, this thing is really awesome. Like, it's awesome looking. It's definitely huge and heavy. I don't know how practical this is if you're not going to be out shooting other snipers as far as range and accuracy with something this big, because it's so heavy that you're not going to be able to do many standing shots. You're going to have to definitely find a place to set up and either set it on a rail or something, or use the bipod on the ground or on a piece of cover, because it is so heavy. So honestly, I can't see a reason to actually run this thing unless you're going to be out shooting like severely in range. However, the bolt action system is a lot faster than a normal bolt action rifle. It's super quick reloading those next rounds, especially if you're set up with a bipod and you're using your left hand to stabilize the stock and you use your trigger hand to recycle the bolt. You can get some really quick follow-up shots with this thing, so that is an advantage of this gun. So if you want something extremely unique and you can find a really good spot to set up and pick people off and they don't even know where you are, this thing is definitely a good platform for that. So that's really all I have for you guys on the 6mm Pro Shop M82A1. Let us know what you guys think of this rifle in the comments. If you would actually run this thing, if you think it's practical, or if you think it's just for looks and it wouldn't be useful on the field at all. Let us know. We want to hear your feedback. Again, check out the website. We have some cool stuff on there. Consider supporting our Patreon page. It helps us out a lot. And as always, we really appreciate you guys. Go out and get them.